Okay, the body wars. I walked into the woods bleeding. I left the town and mourned. Midnight in Alaska, still light, and I was alone walking into the Sitka woods. It had been 1 year since I'd bled and longer since I'd fucked anyone. I was propelled forward into the thickness, into the needles and dirt of Sitka spruce, and stupidly, not even afraid of bear. My father, the person I clung to, needed to stay alive, had died 6 months before. He was the only one who made sense in my body, and his leaving was the impossible thing. I didn't yet know my own wars and how to name them. So during my father's sickness, when I stopped bleeding, the gynecologist said, well, it's stress. And did I know that in World War II, the women paratroopers stopped having periods? I was stunned by his directness, intensity, earnestness. You are in a war, he said. I didn't know what to do with that. And so I got on a boat to Alaska, the Alaska Marine Highway, slept on the deck until I froze. Then the shipman gave me a hanging bunk and slipped me food from the cafeteria. They said, you can sleep here, but watch out for the bow thrusters. I had no idea what they meant until the sound burst open and my berth swayed, and it was time to get off. It was a time of great changes, and days later I'm wandering the woods at midnight, feeling lost and found in this northern place. And it was there I felt the blood start to move, felt a rising and falling in the stream down my leg. And I cried in the forest alone, for my beautiful father, gone too soon, for myself and all my ignorance, not even knowing my own wars, the ones already fought or the many to still come. On the anniversary of Charlottesville, cooler today, 81 degrees. There's a storm moving through Alamogordo and Ruidoso. What beautiful swirling in these names, Lupe, Obadiah, Slade. Radio says a tornado hit Eagle Nest north of Taos. Ski country hasn't happened in 10 years. Spike Lee's being interviewed wearing a Thank God for Bob Mueller t-shirt, while fire tornadoes slam the West and arsonists are burning people's lives. NFL players kneeling and raising their fists, thank God, on this first anniversary of Charlottesville. State of emergency declared in Virginia, please don't let anything happen. It's National Lion Day and the sun will be bloodied tomorrow. The moon in Leo, and how did we thrash back to the 60s race wars, or we never left? Moon opposes Mars, squares Uranus. Solar eclipse in these mountains, headaches for days. I can feel the changes. Spike Lee's Black Klansman releases today. He said until the US owns that it was founded on genocide and slavery, we'll never get better. And the world's in a fire tornado on Highway 60, up from Angel Fire. Deranged air, high winds, flash floods, hail yesterday in the I-25 corridor. In Cibola County, storms moving towards Roswell on its way out of the Milky Way, and even the alien heads on fire. This is about a woman who I met many years ago, and her name was Martha West, and she was pretty amazing. She was just great. I'm going to use a different version here. Yeah. She was, you know, it's that thing where I met her in Tucson, and that's the thing where you meet strangers and they change you, and that's an amazing thing. Someone That's happened to me a lot, that I've met strangers who changed my life, and then I never see them again. This is called She Was West. I hadn't yet met my flame self. My life was a topographical dictionary, bumps and rises, steep canyons. I was looking for the spiking sun, the formations, but not as mine. The massive dictionary, a foot thick inside me with red leather cover and silver rivets, holding me together. Read it and keep it in my clothes closet. Pull it out at night until the cover falls off, pages torn, and so thick I can never exhaust it, and always more room for me, a way to leave home. The green encyclopedias I stored in my body, Funk and Wagnalls, and I read them, hungry for knowing what was out there, the countries, world, the desert flowers, the miracle times of the body and mind. I met her in 1983, Martha West. I was sitting on the rounded curb, side road in Tucson by the dirt garden, looking at the sky for answers, crying at my life, and she drove up in a little red car. Do you need help? Yes, and I jumped in. I'm on my way to an AA meeting. Want to go? Sure, I said, anywhere to not be with myself. We went on like that for weeks, her driving, me sitting. She was a working National Geographic photographer, and it was April. The desert was in bloom. She took me to lunch. She showed me the flowers in the desert and to her place, a small adobe with paned windows and inside rooms sheeted off, with colorful scarves and spreads, a table with a cloth draped over it, everything attended to, adorned with color. She fed me fruit in a sandwich, fresh juice, carrot, ginger, everything I had never had. I was lost. I was opening to her. She said, you can stay with me. You don't have to go home. Martha West said, be here now, said, you are whole. She was my new dictionary with words and flash canyons and infant streams. She showed me how to fold my body up and let it go, to speak with words about pain always hidden. She was sent to the world, and I walked with her for a while. Some people open the world for you like a flash, inevitable. She was West. She was ageless, sun in her face, 50s maybe, alive with saying what was on her mind, splitting the world open. It was a time, an unfolding, a flash field where dirt ruled and the tracks through the desert became my tracks through the body, and transforming, wild, running love. Dirt, dirt, splitting open the body where streams cut a path. I don't know if it was gold poppies, paper flowers, or Indian blanket, flowering this hot April, and Martha, the sender, said some once every 20 years, and now alive. Brought by a triggering rain, these colors other than I've seen, everything other than I've seen. Dirt, the tunneling in and down, the lifting up, break through, be here now. You are perfect and whole, she said. Words never heard, and another language in this new encyclopedia. I could never walk steady as myself, and all the former dead selves walked the dirt and felt it dust up on us as paradise.